devotional service. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yasodhanandana Braja Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yasodhanandana Janardana Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nita Gora Hari Bol. Premanande Krishna Purana Krishna 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 Ma Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyabhani Satyadi Sutarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, Glories of Devotional Service, text number 10. This is Mother Devahuti. She approached her son, Lord Kapiladev, who is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. There are unlimited incarnations of the Supreme Lord. They're called avatars. It's not like in the movie Avatar. Anyone of you have seen that movie? No? Millions, $200 million budget for that movie. It doesn't have anything to do about Krishna's being the avatar or avatari. Krishna is avatari. He is the source of all the incarnations. According to the Shastra, the incarnations of the Supreme Lord are compared to the waves in the ocean, unlimited. You cannot count them. And according to specific duty or the work that needs to be done, of course, for the Lord, it's not work, it is His pastimes. But according to the need of the situation, then the Lord will come specifically to attract the conditioned souls to go back home, back to Godhead. And according to the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam, he will come to please his devotees, to protect his devotees and to annihilate the demons. And at the same time also, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, to reestablish the principles of religion. Then Lord Krishna will come. It's like we'll be observing the appearance day of Lord Krishna this month. Is it on the 26th here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 26th. And before that, we'll be observing Lord Balaram's appearance day. Baladev. So there are also Satyavesh Avatar. Satyavesh Avatar, there are empowered incarnations of the Supreme Lord, like Srila Prabhupada. And anyone, even in Jiva Tattva, like us, Srila Prabhupada is in Jiva Tattva, but he's also an avatar, Satyavesh, empowered for specific duties. They will come. So Lord Kapila Dev is one of the avatars, and he's also in the Jiva Tattva category, just like Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj also is an ideal monarch. So we'll read the request of Mother Devahuti being in the female body. She considered herself to be less intelligent and unfortunate. But in the eyes of Lord Krishna, everyone is equal. No one is greater and no one is lower. Everybody is in the same platform. It's just a matter of being close or closer to Lord Krishna, more intimate. So this is the verse. Atame deva samoham apakrashtung tong arhasi yobagrahom mametiti etasmin yojitastvaya. Atame deva samoham apakrashtung tong arhasi yobagrahoham mameteti tasmin yojitastvaya. Devahuti says, now be pleased, my Lord, to dispel my great delusion. Due to my feeling of false ego, I have been engaged by your Maya and have identified myself with a body and consequently bodily relations. Everybody please repeat after me. Now be pleased, my Lord.
Now be pleased, my Lord,
to dispel my great delusion.
to dispel my great delusion.
Due to my feeling of false ego,
Due to my feeling of false ego,
I have been engaged
I have been engaged
by your Maya
by your Maya
and have identified myself
and have identified myself
with the body
with the body
and consequently
and consequently
bodily relations.
bodily relations.
So Mother Devahoti, she's praying like this. Do we pray like this? Maybe not yet. But once we realize our conditioned state, we need help as much as possible. I was hearing a class by Srila Prabhupada this morning that a devotee of the Lord is always thinking helpless. He's always asking help from the Vaishnavas, advanced Vaishnavas, and ultimately from the Supreme Lord. So this is the state where Mother Devahoti right now in this verse. Srila Prabhupada's purport. The false ego of identifying one's body as oneself and of claiming things possessed in relationship with his body is called Maya. So Maya, the meaning of Maya means that which is not, means illusion. To mistakenly say that the rope is a snake or the snake to be rope is Maya. But first you have to understand what is the snake and what is the rope. Then you can mistakenly one from each other. So it is our duty to understand the nature of this world. The nature of this world is non-permanent. Srila Prabhupada says it is ephemeral, it is temporary. Being temporary, the living entities are not meant to be here. But we chose to be here. We had that desire. We wanted to be happy, separated from Krishna. But that is not possible. But Lord Krishna, out of his kindness to the living entities, provided. He created the material energy so that we can experience being happy, quote unquote, separate from the Lord. But it's not possible. In the Western world, they had this law that a child can live one's family. Like in America, it is at the age of 16 years old. A child can walk away, and it is not illegal. It is legal. The parents may stop, but the child may have that decision. Okay, let me try myself to be on my own. So this is like our situation. We want to be away from Krishna. We turn our face away from Krishna, and therefore the material world is created. Unfortunately, we cannot be satisfied. We cannot be happy in this world. That's why we're called conditioned. We can go back to Krishna or we can stay back here. Prabhupada says, if you want to forget Krishna, Krishna will make all the arrangements for us to forget Krishna. Now one may say, why God will do this? Why Krishna will do this? Why not force us to be with him? If he did that, then there is no such thing as love. Love cannot be enforced. You cannot say, hey Prabhuji, you must love me. Hey Mataji, you must love me. Love comes from the heart. It's like voluntary. You cannot command respect. It's saying like that, isn't it? You have to earn respect. So similarly, Lord Krishna is so kind, so merciful. Okay, the material world was created for our own benefit so that we'll learn our lesson that we cannot do it without Lord Krishna. So Maya means illusion. Maya means that which is not. And Maya, hmm, this is the predominating energy in the material world, composed of three modes of material nature: modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. We are in the kingdom of Maya. Even though it says that the living entities are superior to Maya, but we become succumbed, we become overpowered by the material energy. Material energy is called like predominating deity of Maya, of material energy, is Durga. You've heard of Durga, right? Durga Devi. Hmm? She is the energy, Shakti, expansion also of Srimati Radharani, Shakti Tattva. And one of the meanings of Durga is fort. It's like in Delhi, you've heard of the Red Fort. Big, very, very strong. The walls usually of the king's palaces is like 2 meters thick, very difficult to penetrate. Nowadays, the houses are in factory, like being made factory like. You know, the thickness of your walls, maybe this much. In 1 month, they can build your house easily. So it's easily to penetrate. But Maya, this energy of the Supreme Lord, Daivihi Shugunamahi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mam Ibaya Prapadyante Maya Mitam Tarantite. So yes, this divine energy of mine is very difficult to overcome. We can only overcome, we can only be able to release ourselves from the coverings of the material energy by surrendering unto the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, the Lord says, I am sitting in everyone's heart, and from me come everyone's remembrance and forgetfulness. Sarvasya chaham hidisha navishto vata smitir dhyanam apuhanam cha. Hridhi, that means our heart, not the one that's pumping blood. The soul has a heart. It is also spiritual. But how come again, seems to be that our heart right now is full of dirt, full of contamination, full of material desires. That heart is full of anarthas. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, there are 6 main enemies of the living entity in the conditioned state: lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. So from the Supreme Lord, who is in everyone's heart as a Paramatma, and also for the pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, he goes beyond realizing the Supreme Lord as Paramatma within one's heart. But he realizes Krishna as he is the Bhagavan teacher. We mentioned that yesterday. If you remember, I mentioned that Vrindavan also is within our heart. There's a place called Vrindavan in India, which is a replica of the spiritual world. There is no difference between Goloka Vrindavan and Bhoma Vrindavan. Unlike in the spiritual world, is eternally manifested. And in the material world, sometimes it is manifest and sometimes it is unmanifest. Even if one goes there, Prabhupada says, if one has purity in one's heart, then he can see Krishna face to face. He can talk to Krishna face to face. he can hear Krishna's flute being played by the Supreme Lord. For a pure devotee, when he sees the deities of the Lord, he sees directly Lord Krishna. Like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he went to Jagannath Puri. When he saw Lord Jagannath, he fainted. He fell unconscious because he sees the Lord. The Jagannath form, none different than Lord Krishna himself. So for a pure devotee, when he sees Krishna's murti, when he sees Krishna's divine form, Tribanga, Shamang Tribanga Lalita, huh? Yang Shama Sundaram, this Shama Sundar, this beautiful form, Sham, bluish, black in color, with curly hair, Keshava, with a peacock feather on his head, and playing his flute. He can hear Lord Krishna is playing the flute. The sounds coming from Lord Krishna's lotus lips when he played the flute. So he sits in everyone's heart. He guides us in the material world. From different species of life, he's always with us. The Prabhupada says, though, that if the living entity somehow acquired a cat or a dog's body, that doesn't mean that the Paramatma also becomes a dog or a cat. He's always there. He's a witness. He is the permitter. He's the controller. He's an observer. He's the seer. And he's neutral. Devahuti has stated that false identification of the body with the self and attachment for possessions in relation to the body are also under the direction of the Lord. Let's understand this. Try to understand this. False identification of the body. So, as Paramatma, as we've described earlier, Prabhupada gave an example just like two birds sitting on a tree. The tree is considered to be the body, and there were two birds on the tree. So within this body, there is the Jiva Atma, the individual living entity, spiritual in nature, and also there is the Paramatma. Paramatma. Now Paramatma is only in this material world. In the spiritual world, he is in Bhagavan feature. In the material world, the Paramatma, and also the Brahmajyoti. The Brahmajyoti. The effulgence coming from the transcendental form of the Lord. And the Paramatma always gives us direction how we can get out of this material world. But then, out of false ego, we don't want to listen to the Paramatma. No. I want to be here. I want to enjoy the material energy. I want to enjoy the sense objects with my senses. I can be happy here. I don't have to get out of this material world. As much as possible, I want to live here forever. But that is not possible. Because when the body dies, the soul continues on and takes another form after he leaves the body, either material form or a spiritual form. So the Lord is giving us this minute independence to make a decision. Otherwise, he is not perfect. If he did not give us this minute independence and he forced us to, okay, you only do like this. You cannot be going the other way around. Just follow me. You must. Then he is not perfect. That's what makes Krishna complete as God, according to Srila Jiva Goswami. Srila Jiva Goswami mentions that this inconceivable quality of the Supreme Lord. That makes Krishna God. That makes him perfect. Prabhupada continues. Does this mean that the Lord discriminates by engaging one in his devotional service and another in sense gratification? If that were true, it would have been an incongruity on the part of the Supreme Lord, but that is not the actual fact. Now, incongruity means um, shortcomings or blunder or mistake. No, it is not. As soon as a living entity forgets his real constitutional position of eternal servitorship to the Lord and wants instead to enjoy himself by sense gratification, he is captured by Maya. There you go. Maya's duty is to bind us, to keep us in illusion and not for us to get out of this material world. And she is a Vaishnavi. She's a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. How is that? Because she's only doing her duty. She was given that duty for the conditioned souls not to get out and put them into illusion. It's like a selfless, it's a thankless task. That's why she feels embarrassed to face the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada gave an example, just like the maids or the servants. They will do their duty. They will do the dirty work or dirty part. They will clean the household's duties. They have their duties, clean the bathroom, wash the pots, so to speak. And then when they understood that the master is coming, they will go back to their servants' quarters. They will not be there. Or the servants, they don't look directly to the eyes of the master. They will always look down. This is in India. Papa gave an example also. There's a maid, a rich man's maid. They will not look directly to the eyes, face to face. So Maya is like this, Durga Devi. So we want to enjoy this world. That is our disease. We are not satisfied. At the same time, we want to keep enjoying, but at the same time, we are keep on being in the miserable condition, full of sufferings. Sufferings created by our own body, that's including the mind especially, or sufferings created by living entities. It's like if you have a mosquito net and there's one mosquito inside, you'll not be able to sleep the whole night. You'll try to capture that mosquito, and even in your face, you'll smash your face like this. Or miseries created by material nature, higher living beings. And right now, the whole world is in chaos. Oh, you've heard the story or the news in Bangladesh? They want to ousted the prime minister, so she ran away. But there are many riots. Over 100 people killed so far in Gaza, Israel. Yeah, so many killings. How about here in UK or in Europe? So many people. And the police says, do not worry, we will get you. We captured you in the CCTV. We're gonna get you. So many places. The whole world is unrest. So who wants to live in a place like this? Only an insane person, crazy person, or for that matter, A mad person. A mad person is higher than a crazy person in terms of insanity. No one. As soon as soon as the living entity forgets his real constitutional position of eternal servitorship of the Lord and wants to enjoy himself, there you go, Prabhupada says. Forgets his real constitutional position, which is we're all servant of the Supreme Lord. As soon as he forgets this, this is what he called amnesia. There's a disease called amnesia. You forget where you live, you forget who you are, you forget who's your family members. It's a disease. We're all diseased. It says here, this capture by Maya is the consciousness of false identification with the body and attachment for the possessions of the body. These are the activities of Maya, and since Maya is also an agent of the Lord, it is indirectly the action of the Lord. So the whole problem here is this. We are covered up. It says that the soul cannot be cut into pieces. It cannot be wet by water. It cannot be burned by fire. It's so minute, the size of 1/10,000, the tip of the hair. Now, the ladies, they have longer hair. That means they have a bigger soul? No, they're all the same. 1/10,000, the tip of the hair. You cannot see it in the microscope. It's so minute, so small, but no any special apparatus can see the soul because it is spiritual. But then again, why is it that we have this false ego? How is it that this false ego comes into the situation? Our body, right now, this body, this material form, according to the Bhagavad Gita, is composed of material elements, both gross and subtle. Bhumir apo nalobhayo kamano budir evacha ahankara itiyame bina prakriti astida. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, then ego. Now, the material coverings is also composed of these material elements, both gross and subtle. According to the scriptures, one is 10 times greater than the other. So there's different layers. And the thickest of them all is the false ego. This false ego. Why false? Well, we have real ego. A real ego is that we are all servants of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the supreme, and I am servant of the Supreme Lord. But out of false ego, what is this false ego now? An example may be given. It's like a person who lost a lot of money. Someone robbed him. In the middle of the night, the thief came in and he took all of his money. Though he was hiding in his big safe. Nothing can be exempted to this thief because he's very expert. He was able to open the safe. So he took all the jewelries, everything, all the money. And then when he woke up, he found out that, oh, what happened? Why did this happen to me? It's like there is a question, why do bad things happen to good people? Because of karma. So that must be part of his karma also, that he was robbed. But then, knowingly that he was robbed, he lost himself also. Because he identified himself with his material belongings. Or Prabhupada gave an example again, it's like he was driving a nice Mercedes or big BMW, the latest models. And then someone hit him from behind, get smashed. So he will get out of the car and says, "Why did you hit me?" No, he didn't get hit. The car got hit. He got a big dent. It'll cost him a lot of money. Maybe the insurance will not cover it. So he identified with the car. Confirmed. Yeah, he identified with the car and thinking, whoa, no, I'm in trouble. But you're not in trouble. You did not get hit. So the same thing. It's the same thing. We thought that everything pertains to me or extended wise to his family members. If something happened, huh, not to his expectation, reversals. That means not to his liking, not to what he's expecting, or not the way he wished to be, he got affected. Devotee of the Supreme Lord, they don't get affected with these external things because he knows that he's not the body. If someone criticizes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, he does not retaliate. He will consider this actually as his fault from previous lifetimes. That I must have committed an offense. Prabhupada, in Montreal also, this happened. There was an Indian gentleman. This was early in this 68. There was an Indian gentleman and he followed Prabhupada's lectures everywhere. This was told by our Guru Maharaj because he was present there. So he's not saying anything. He's like a very, very favorable sympathizer of Srila Prabhupada and our movement in the early days, 68. The third temple in ISKCON. First was New York, then San Francisco, then Montreal. So at the end, near the end of Srila Prabhupada's presence, visit in Montreal, he started to blaspheme Srila Prabhupada, criticize, saying that why are you always trying to convince the people here in the West about your philosophy? Why are you always talking about death? This is Indian culture. Why you come to the West? It's not applicable here. I'm just trying to paraphrase. So this is in the middle of everyone. So when Prabhupada returned back to the temple, he asked our Guru Maharaj to please call him. Call him. I want to see him. And then disciples asked Prabhupada, why do you want to see him? He criticized you so much. Prabhupada says, I must have done something against him in the previous life. Now I'm getting the return. So this is what karma is all about. For every action that we do, there is an equal or opposite reaction. So if something happens to us which is not to our desire or our liking, who is the cause? It's not the person. He is not the one. He is just an instrument. He is an instrument of the karma for us to receive. Either we enjoy or suffer that reaction. Hmm. So we have to understand this. A devotee of the Supreme Lord is like Ambarish Maharaj. Durvasa Muni, he thought that Ambarish Maharaj committed an offense to him because they were all fasting and he broke the fast by drinking some water. So drinking water, it's like say Ekadasi, for those who did Nirjal or fast the whole day, the next day, the first thing that you should do is not eat grains immediately. You'll get sick. Now you fast all day, and then the next day you start to have a big feast. Uh-oh, you'll get sick. So the first thing you should do, at least, again, confirm. Don't put it on the side. Put it on the side. Don't hold it. Okay. Good. He likes kirtan. I can tell. You like kirtan a lot, right? That will fall again. I can tell you that. So Ambarish Maharaj, he did Ekadasi, and the next day he is supposed to be when you have a guest, you don't eat before the guest. So Durvasa Muni, along with his thousands of disciples, he always traveled with 10,000 disciples. I don't know how they do that, but then, um, so Durvasa Muni, he understood that Ambarish Maharaj, he broke his fast by drinking water, and then therefore he created, just to punish Ambarish Maharaj, he created big demon by taking one of his hairs and making a demon. And now the chakra, the Supreme Lord's chakra, appeared to protect his devotees. The devotee of the Lord, they don't feel pain or they're not hurt if they've been criticized or blasphemed. It is the Lord who feels the pain because within the heart of the devotee, the Lord resides. Within the heart of the Lord, the devotee resides. And therefore, the chakra, now after killing that demon created by Durvasa Muni, started to chase Durvasa Muni. And Durvasa Muni went all over the universe, all over the three worlds, even to the demigods. He asked Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, everyone, we cannot help you, we cannot help you. And he reached the heavenly planets or the outer heavenly planets up to Vaikuntha. And Lord Narayan told him, I'm sorry, I cannot forgive you because you criticize or you blaspheme my devotee. He is the one who can only forgive you. And Prabhupada says in the purport that Durvasa Muni was already forgiven by Ambarish Maharaj even before he's asked by forgiving him. So we have to be careful not to criticize or blaspheme anyone. And a devotee, he doesn't. And if somehow you criticize another devotee and you don't ask forgiveness, then problem will come. The bhakti will be blocked. The progress in bhakti will be blocked. And even it can be uprooted, as Prabhupada says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, like Hatimata, mad elephant offense. So the Lord is merciful. If anyone wants to forget him and enjoy this material world, he gives him full facility, not directly, but through the agency of his material potency. Therefore, since the material potency is the Lord's energy, indirectly it is the Lord who gives the facility to forget him. Devahuti therefore said, my engagement in sense gratification was also due to you. Now kindly get me free from this entanglement. So ultimately, indirectly, the Lord is involved, but not that He is here. He is in the spiritual world, only enjoying. It is due to His external energy that Maya gives all of these facilities for sense enjoyment, but we have to also receive the due reaction for trying to enjoy. We mentioned that yesterday in the speech, the Rata Yatra, that as soon as we want to enjoy this material world, then that is considered as a sin. As soon as we try to serve the Supreme Lord, then that is the eternal constitutional position of everyone. It is not a sin. No more karma. Karma only works when we perform activities meant for myself. Due to my false ego, I want to do everything for me. I, me, and mine. Yes, the Beatles has that song, isn't it? All through the days, I me mine, I me mine, I me mine. That is the conditioned soul, always thinking. And externally, not just I, me, and mine, but also to my family. Now, if Krishna is the center of the family, then there is no more karma. By the grace of the Lord, one is allowed to enjoy this material world, but when one is disgusted with material enjoyment and is frustrated, and when one sincerely surrenders unto the Lord's lotus feet, then the Lord is so kind that He frees one from entanglement. Prabhupada says that unless one is convinced that this material world is not meant for enjoyment, and unless one becomes disgusted with the material energy, he will not go back to Godhead. Who wants to go back to Godhead? Yes, everybody. Everybody. Good. You come to the right place. You come to the home of Srila Prabhupada. An astrologer in Navadvip. The disciples of Srila Prabhupada showed him a picture of Srila Prabhupada just by looking at his picture. And I was also following Srila Prabhupada's tapes this morning, that in the early days, Prabhupada is not a big person, not very tall, but 5 feet, 5'4", 5'5", like me. Maybe I'm 5'4" also, 5'5". But what strikes, there's one uh, devotee. Let's say she's a devotee. She's like she's called a mother. She's like the mother of the ashram, Dr. Mishra's ashram. And what struck her the most is Srila Prabhupada's facial feature. So focused, she says, so focused, very determined. Just by looking at Srila Prabhupada's picture, the astrologer says, yes, he's so powerful. He's one of a kind, one in a million. And he's the one who built the house in which the whole world can live in. This is where that came from, that astrologer from Navadvip. So they went back to Srila Prabhupada and they told Srila Prabhupada that yes, this astrologer says like this. Prabhupada says, yes, he is correct. Prabhupada, yes, he is correct. So, unless we surrender unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, we cannot be freed from the entanglement of this material world. We have to be convinced of this. And anyone who started to chant the holy name of the Lord and associating with the devotees whose faith unto the Supreme Lord is so great, then one cannot be also be convinced that this material world is not a place for a gentleman to live. Get out of this material world as soon as you can. Hmm? It's like you don't stay to in the latrine the whole day. You do your business and get out of there immediately. Hmm? Unlike Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he will chant near the latrine. Why? So that all those materialistic personalities who's always bothering him to get blessings, they will not follow him. See, the materialists, they want the blessings of the sadhus so that their material pursuits will become successful. The materialists, they want to touch the feet of the sadhus so they get the blessings from them so that their material desires will become fulfilled. I was told at least two disciples of Srila Prabhupada never wanted his feet to be touched. But you can tell a materialist, he wanted to touch your feet immediately. And this happened to me in my trip here in UK. I don't know this person. And he touched my feet and he says, why you touch my feet? To get your blessings. So I can touch your feet also so I can get your blessings. No, 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 no. Then he just fall. No, we should not touch. We should not dare to touch the feet, even of our spiritual master. I had that privilege to touch the feet of my spiritual master once a year during the Abhishekam, because it's not possible not to touch the feet of the spiritual master. But day to day, no, just get their blessings. They want the blessings, but they don't want to follow the instructions of the sadhu. How can they be blessed? And our meditation actually is always on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. When we have darshan of the Supreme Lord, Srila Prabhupada says that we should not look directly immediately to the lotus face. First to the lotus feet, considering ourselves to be fallen and lowly. So in this way, we can get the blessings of the Supreme Lord. Getting the blessings of the Lord and his devotees is to follow their instructions, to follow their advice. Then we get their blessings. It's not a lip service. I want your blessings, but I will not follow what you ask me to do. Then how can you be blessed? How can we be free from the entanglement of this material world? Krishna says, therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, first of all, surrender, and then I will take charge of you and free you from all reactions of sinful activities. Sinful activities are those activities performed in forgetfulness of our relationship with the Lord. Again, this is our disease. We have forgotten Krishna. And our duty is to always remember Krishna and never forget him. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, this Manmana Bhava Bhakto Madhyaji Namaskuru, these two verses right in the middle. 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the 9th chapter, the last verse, right there. The Manmana Bhava Bhakto. And then again repeated in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 1865. Then Prabhupada says, actually the Bhagavad Gita is finished in the 17th chapter, but just to give us the whole summary again. Like chapter 2 and chapter 18 is similar. Contents of the Gita summarized, and the last chapter is a perfection. Krishna consciousness. Summary again. In this material world, activities for material enjoyment which are considered to be pious are also sinful. Prabhupada says, good karma is not good enough. There is no such thing as good karma. Good karma is also bad karma. Why? Because you have to come back to get that good karma. That's why our activities are akarma, no more karma. There's also vikarma. Vikarma, they don't follow the rules and regulations of the sastras. To be a karma kandi means you follow the instructions of the Vedas. For those who wants to enjoy the material energy, then the Vedas gives specific description how you can fulfill your desire, but you have to also understand that you have to suffer. So the materialists are not really karma kandis. They are vikarmis. They disobey the scriptures. We call them non-devotees or materialists, but not karma kandis, followers of the karma kanda section of the Vedas. For example, one sometimes gives something in charity to a needy person with a view to getting back the money 4 times increased. Giving with the purpose of gaining something is called charity in the mode of passion. Yes, so there are 3 types of, in Bhagavad Gita again, given that divisions of faith. Divisions of faith means if you give charity to the right person for propagating Krishna consciousness, then the reaction is also eternal. If you give charity to those who are in the mode of ignorance, it's like here, there's so many, what do you call this, low class people. And they will use the money for nonsense. Then you think, oh, I did good. Now I gave him money for food, and he'll go to McDonald's, he will eat meat, then I'll get reaction. No, we don't do that. We give them prasadam, food for life. We give them the holy name. We give them Srila Prabhupada's books. No more karma. Go back home, back to Godhead. So, giving with the purpose of gaining something is called charity in the modes of passion. Everything done here is done in the modes of material nature, and therefore all activities but service to the Lord are sinful. Again, this is the meaning of sin. Sinful activities, we become attracted by the illusion of material attachment, and we think, I am this body. I think of the body as myself and of bodily possession as mine. Devahuti requested Lord Kapila to free her from the entanglement of false identification and false possession. So these should be our prayers as well. We have to have this illusion be removed because it is an obstacle to the shower of nectar of bhakti, avagraha. Therefore, we have to become free from the conception of I and mine for body and house, etasmin. Because Maya belongs to you, I have said that you have produced this misconception. Again, Maya was created for us so that we'll learn. That's why the material world is a learning ground. So that when we graduate, it's like if you finish your master's, you can go to PhD, and when you go to PhD, you finish your PhD and you're done. You can get out of this material world. The first iti indicates the conclusion of phrase I and mine, and the second iti indicates things of this type. That means extended wise are family members. Myself means not just only me. Myself means also my wife, my so-called friends, my relatives, my children. Because the nature of relationships in this material world is temporary. We should not be ensnared. We should not be captured in that illusion that our relationship is eternal. There's only one relationship which is eternal, our relationship with Krishna. and our relationship with our spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Let's stop here. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment? Any doubts? Mano Prabhu, thank you very much. Such a nice temple. Mhm.
Um, no, I was just thinking that the false ego is very subtle as well. Sometimes it's very hard to catch it, you know. And sometimes it's only the only time you really see it is when you've just exposed yourself as being completely on the false ego platform and you didn't know before. So I'm just trying to think of and ask the question of how can we be super vigilant or something to catch this false ego before it comes out?
Well, as soon, as soon as the false ego is there, that's part of this material world. So as soon as we really think about what's in it for me, but sometimes we may not think like that, what's in it for me, but in the conditioned state, there's always some kind of condition that I want to, for my benefit, for myself. The whole world is thinking like this. They will not move if there is nothing in return for themselves. But if one is in illusion, it's very difficult for him to know that he is in the false ego platform. That's why the spiritual master comes in. They can cut our attachment. Each and every one of us has his own material attachment. Now we have to figure that out. And if we cannot figure that out, we have to take advice and guidance from advanced devotees. Prabhupada gave an example. You cannot even see your eyelashes. It's right in front of you. Can you see your eyelashes? Try to figure out. No, you cannot. You cannot. Doesn't matter how small you want. No. Or if you have some dearth, some prasadam, because you eat so much, you like the prasadam so much, and then some morsels can be here and here. Other devotees say, hey, Prabhuji, have some morsels of prasad. Is it here? No, on the other side. No, a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah? So it says that the spiritual master sees us more about us than we do ourselves. So other devotees, they can see more ourselves. False ego says, no, Prabhu, who are you? Who are you to tell me? I know what I'm doing. He is in the false ego. A devotee of the Lord is always, Prabhuji, yes, please, can you please tell me if there's anything wrong with me? Is there anything I can improve? Anything that will help me to advance in Krishna consciousness? Please let me know. Yes. But if a person says, a neophyte only sees Krishna and himself. He doesn't see anybody. He doesn't see the devotee. He doesn't see the ignorance. He doesn't see the innocence. So we need guidance in spiritual life. No one can make an advancement in spiritual life unless he accept that I need guidance. I need direction. I need motivations. I need someone to motivate me. I need someone to inspire me in my spiritual life. Unless he accepts this, that means he's still in the false ego and he will not make any advancement, even if he practice Krishna consciousness for millions of lifetimes. It's not possible. It's not possible. No. Even the six Goswamis, they confer with each other. They're very highly elevated souls. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, they correct each other. The six Goswamis correct in a sense for making more spiritual advancement. They're already on the top to show us an example. That's why if you want to make further advancement in Krishna consciousness, you need a spiritual master. But you have to be careful choosing a spiritual master. If you are sincere inside, Krishna knows, Krishna as Paramatma will send a spiritual master to you to cut sadhu. Sadhu means they're very heavy, not by weight, but they're heavy in fighting against Maya. They can cut, they can see what's wrong with us. And if we don't have false ego, we'll say, yes, I accept whatever you say. Out of false ego, we will not want to do this. We will not want to submit. We will not want to bow down. Again, there's a song, Bow Down, Mister. Yeah? And then there's a Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in the background. Yeah, we have to bow down. Even if it's against our will to bow down. First, we have to do it externally, then it'll come internally if it's not there. We have to do this in order. This is a big actually, it's the biggest stumbling block in Krishna consciousness to make advancement, false ego. If I'm wrong, accept that I'm wrong. If I'm correct, I don't have to say I'm correct. Everyone will know. But if you're wrong and you don't accept, everyone will know also. Better to accept mistakes, but don't repeat them again. We all commit mistakes. But you say, no, Prabhu, I don't commit mistakes. I know what I'm doing. Who are you? Then you will not make advancement. So if someone, because devotees, they always want to help. This is the sign of a devotee. They always want to help others. Even though they may not be heard or there's a chance that no one will follow, still a devotee, this is his humility. I mentioned this many times in my trip. Humility means coming forward and tell us the truth. If you know the truth and you sit in the corner and you don't say the truth, your humility is not really humility. That is false ego. Yeah. Humility means coming forward and tell us what needs to be done. Even if it's coming from a junior. Let us hear everyone. But the duty of the junior is always to hear from the seniors. And the seniors should not be puffed up. He should also listen sometimes to the junior. Maybe they have a better solution. In Krishna consciousness, there cannot be two opinions, Prabhupada says. Only one will prevail. What is the best solution for the benefit of everyone? So yes, we can be in illusion, we can be in false ego, and not admitting that I'm in false ego. But if a senior devotee told us, Prabhuji, please improve yourself. I don't want you to remain as a neophyte for many, many years. I want you to grow up. We should be ready and willing to accept that advice. Any other points or comments? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I was just on this point. I was out when you asked me the question, but you were saying that humility means coming forward and asking for correction, and also.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you because you attended Rath Yatra festival yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you if you saw anything that we needed improvement on that could be improved upon.
I said that already to some of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should put a sign because you have many
Stones.
what do we call
The
this?
bookstores.
Tents.
Yeah.
I've heard that you had before, but somehow he went into Brahmajyoti somewhere. He went to oblivion. So you should put a sign for prasadam or for books or many things so that people can identify immediately. I think you should have a booth also for ask a monk any question.
Oh yeah.
Some of the senior devotees here, authorities like Manu Prabhu or Pritu Prabhu or
Mm.
some visiting Prabhupada's disciples, give them some service.
Yeah.
Ask them to, Prabhu, can you sit down for half an hour or 15 minutes? Because I'm sure you give them topics also to what to discuss. Choose a topic and then they will speak, let's say, for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes question and answer or whatever. It's up to you how you want to do it. Yeah. I think your sound system is good. I've been to some Ratayatras, you cannot hear what's going on. Yeah. People are so attentive. Mm. There should be more pamphlets to invite them for next festival and so on. Let them know that this is open for everyone. They have a vegetarian restaurant and so on. Yeah. Give them opportunity to serve as well. You can have a database, collect names, email addresses, and so that you tell them, we'll let you know our next program. So you collect lots of names, and if you can have at least even 10% of those people to start chanting, then they'll spread, it'll become big. Yeah, I've seen almost near the end, near the prasadam time, many people came. So that's good also. At least they're attracted to prasadam, to the holy name. Many likes chanting kirtan, but we should engage them also in chanting in japa. We can have a booth where you talk about the holy name, the importance of japa or kirtan, something like that. Many you can brainstorm it. I'm sure you'll find ways how to do it.
That was just a follow-up question to that. In Vrindavan, after festivals, do you have like Vaisheshika Prabhu says with his group, he has ABS meetings, always better service. So after the festival, we all come together and feedback. So
Yeah,
you all,
sure.
well, I noticed this could be improved.
Yeah.
I noticed this could be improved.
You should do it. You should do it also.
Yeah.
You do it, but because now you're preparing for Janmashtami, but Ratha Yatra maybe after a few days, always be like that, or have a feedback, a list, suggestion box. They can suggest also how you can improve. Yeah, yeah. It is sweet. It was a sweet program yesterday. Even though Lord stopped at a certain place because of cannot go through that trans wiring, but still, I never been to a country where two Rath Yatras back to back, 2 days in a row. Only in Belfast and Dublin. Usually in America is weekly, every week. I've been in Mauritius many times. They have Snana Yatra. Then the next day is Ratha Yatra, and the next day is a boat festival. 3 days in a row, complete. Shortest Snana Yatra. Not even one day, within few hours. Yes.
Yes, so I had this question that so when you were telling the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj, that you said that we should immediately ask for forgiveness if we commit some offense.
Yes.
So how should we pray to get strength to overcome our embarrassment if we are too embarrassed to admit our mistakes?
If you're embarrassed, we should not be embarrassed. I know if I said the wrong thing to another devotee, I feel heaviness in my heart. That, within 24 hours, not within 24 hours, within an hour or two, I will go and beg for forgiveness. If I made really a mistake, I should admit it immediately. Because if you are hesitant to admit it, then you're asking for forgiveness is not genuine. And you will never forgiven if you are asking for forgiveness is like pretentious. It's not genuine. So you're not really forgiven. And you will not don't ask for forgiveness if you don't feel that you are, if you're like, if you really meant to be forgiven, then you ask genuine forgiveness. If you just want to say lips service that, please forgive me, but inside I hate you, I don't like you, then Krishna knows. That is still an aparad. You're not forgiven with your aparad.
But if we can't talk to that person anymore, there's
Why
some
not?
circumstances like
You're ready to blaspheme and criticize him, and you're not ready to ask for forgiveness.
no, like if
That's
that
false ego.
person goes
False
somewhere.
ego. False ego.
But that is still in this world, right? Or goes
That is
some other
false
world.
ego again.
He meant
Then better not ask for forgiveness, but they will suffer repeated birth and death. Which one is better?
That's what
Ask for forgiveness. Even if against your, false ego, you have you have to eat the humble pie. Okay? Yeah. And if there's someone who is more advanced than you are and saw what happened, he can give you an advice and you should follow him. If you don't have that courage, then you'll get the strength by others telling you, yeah, you should go. Yeah. Because they're your friend. Your real friend are like this. Not friends in sense enjoyment. The materialists are like that. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So you need help, and I want to help you. Now, if you don't want my help, then that's fine. That's fine with me. But I'm here to help you. So you please take my advice. You don't want to help to be helped? That's fine also. I don't get benefit if I help you. You get the benefit. Yeah, and if you ask for forgiveness, you get the benefit. The devotee will forgive you immediately because he's beyond this. And then he will tell you, it's okay, Prabhu. No issues. Then you promise to him, I will not do it again. And it takes a lot of humility. The opposite of being proud is being humble. So either you're humble or you're proud. Which one are you? You cannot be in between. Sometimes humble, sometimes proud. You cannot be like that. You have to be humble all the time or you have to be proud all the time. But that being proud all the time is not good. Being humble all the time is the best.
but it's very difficult.
But it is possible. It is not impossible. Krishna consciousness is difficult, but it is possible. Material life is impossible. No way. Okay? Anything else from the Mataji's side? Any question? Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. Wonderful class. I was thinking, we know that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and that we were not meant to be enjoying our senses.
We are the enjoyed.
Sometimes
We are the enjoyed, yeah. Sometimes you
in
enjoy.
spiritual life, we see that we still have this propensity to enjoy certain things. Say we may enjoy our service, we may enjoy prasadam. Should we be feeling guilty about
No,
this?
don't be guilty. That is the result of what you're doing. We would mention this. Susukam kartahang abeyang. This devotional service is happily performed, joyfully performed. Why? Because you're pleasing the Lord. When you see Krishna happy, the gopis sees Krishna as happy, their happiness is 10 million times more than Krishna. Now, when the beauty of the gopis becoming happy increases, Krishna's happiness and beauty increases. There's a competition here. The gopis want Krishna to be happy, to enjoy, to be pleased. But when Krishna is happy and pleased and become beautiful by their service, the gopis' beauty, their happiness increases 10 million times than Krishna. So who is more happy, Krishna or the gopis? The gopis.
So
But
then if we are like enjoying it, then that's not pure devotion.
no, you are enjoying. That is the nature. How will you? So, okay, I want to make Krishna happy. He's already happy, and I'm still sad.
No, like as opposed to having this service mood.
It's not your purpose to be happy. It's your purpose to make Krishna happy. But making Krishna happy, you become happy. That is the natural conclusion. So, you can be, oh, Krishna is happy. No, you're happy also. When you see your husband happy by your service, you're happy. Right? That's natural.
Mataji, were you asking about the mood of, you're
Yeah,
saying
I
that,
wanted to say like, so when we're doing service, we're thinking, I'm doing this service to please Krishna, whether I like the service or not.
Yeah.
But sometimes we try to pick which service we want to do at the temple.
That is natural. You can pick whatever you want to do, but you should also do what you are told to do. Even if it's not according to my liking, but I was instructed to do it. So I should do it. Not grudgingly. The word grudge, grudgingly. Oh, no, why the temple commander told me to, why Manu Prabhu told me to do this again and again. I don't know why he's asking me. Because that will make you advance. That will make you advance. The devotee should be ready to do any service, anything. Prabhupada says, if the guru asks you to jump, you should ask only one thing. How high, Guruji? He cannot say, oh no, Guruji, I have a problem with my legs. I cannot jump. No. When you are told to do service, the blessings to accomplish that service comes along with the instruction. Even the impossible becomes possible, practically. Yeah. So yes, we should find our purpose. Many of you are new here. You should find your purpose in Krishna consciousness. What is the best thing you can offer as a service to Guru and Krishna? Meditate on that for the rest of your life until you find what is your purpose. What is it that the best service you can do for Krishna? But you should also ready to do any service that's been asked for you to do for your own spiritual advancement. Okay. Some of us already, we know where we're heading to, what service we can do the best. Yeah. Like Manu Prabhu managing here, Dublin, Prabhuji in Kirtan. I know what I'm supposed to do. How about you? You don't know yet? Then you have to meditate, and if you really don't know, you have to ask senior devotees and the spiritual master. Unfortunately, nowadays, spiritual master is very difficult to reach. Hare Krishna. They're so busy traveling all over the world. It's very difficult to keep up with them. It's better when you get initiated. What is Prabhupada asked Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur? What can I do for you? Isn't it? How may I serve you? This is his question, isn't it? So you should ask advanced devotees, Prabhuji, what is it, I can do? But maybe not now. First, you chant your rounds first nicely. That is the first instruction of the Guru. First instruction, the utmost instruction, Prabhupada says, from the spiritual master to the disciple is to chant your rounds attentively. Minimum 16 rounds. Follow the regulative principles, read Srila Prabhupada's books regularly, then after that, service will start. That is our number one duty. Every one of us, new and young and old and ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Chant your rounds attentively. And Ekadasi is minimum 25 rounds. Prabhupada says that. It is an instruction to Yamuna Mataji. Yeah. It is written. Yes, Prabhu?
Thank you so much for wonderful class. My question is maybe not directly related to the class, but I just got like asking in Srimad Bhagavatam, I think Narada Muni says that how to build a relationship according to, so to our juniors we show compassion, to our equals we make friendship with them, and to superiors we offer our respects and
Serve them, yeah.
serve them. Sometimes we encounter meet people in our lives, and we don't know exactly how to
Relate to
to
them.
them.
Yeah.
There's some people who come and ask for advice, and they seem to be friendly to us,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe they don't know much about Krishna consciousness, so you don't know whether to try to make friends with them, or you try to instruct them. Sometimes, with a superior, you feel very friendly, but then there's some certain boundaries that you don't want to cross, because they're superiors. So you don't want to be overly friendly with them, So
Don't be familiar with them.
So,
You cannot instruct a person if he does not have a relationship with you. Because not guaranteed that he will follow what you're saying. And if he's not following what you're saying, it is considered to be very nice. If someone asks you, Prabhuji, can you give me an instruction? Okay, let me know you first. Yeah, let me know each other first. A relationship should be established first. Yeah? Well, this is different. This is a class. So you're asking me different questions. So I'm giving you advice. But person to person, if someone will ask me, Maharaj, what shall I do? I have this problem. Okay, let me find out who you are. And do you know me really? So let's establish a relationship. Then you can, this is an exchange again now. Exchange. In the class is different. You ask me a question, I'll try to reply. So for those who are more advanced than you are, always be respectful. And you can ask them, is there anything I can do for you, Maharaj or Prabhu or Mataji? Is there anything, I can do? Please let me know. Yeah. And usually sometimes they know what to do and they will still ask if there's anything I can do for you. But that's another thing. That is false humility now. Better if he needs a chair, he can ask, is there anything I can do for you? He needs a chair. You put the chair right there. You give him a chair. You give him an asana. Here, this Prabhuji doesn't have an asana. Give him an asana. Yeah. For junior, then again, you have to know where they're at. If you don't ask, you don't get. If it's none of your business, don't put your nose into it. You may get cut off like Suparna. 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 Your nose will be cut off. He's not supposed to be there. So mind our own business.
There's one person that I met recently. He's very intelligent and he knows quite a lot about Krishna consciousness. He reads Prabhupada's books, but he's not into devotion service. And we met once. He was very friendly.
How is that?
He's a Gyani. He says he's a Gyani.
He's not a Gyani.
Anyway.
Vasudeva Sarvam Iti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Yeah, philosophy no, we're not interested in theoretical.
Yeah.
We're interested in Vigyan, practical application. Yes?
And I feel I could maybe make friends, but I'm afraid I might get too preachy with him. I think it might not work if I start. So I'm trying to find the right balance. And it's
Again,
an issue.
you have to know him. Relationship be established. I met a person like that in where is it? In Manchester. He's a follower of Adi Sankara. Adi Sankara. He went to India and he told me, I'm a philosopher. And I said, you're not a philosopher. A philosopher will not say he's a philosopher. Just to shut him up, he was disturbing the class. I said, I'll talk to you later after the class. Okay. And then after the class, he came to my room and started the word jugglery. I says, yes, I agree with you, but I disagree with you. So I agree to disagree. Okay, I don't have time for you now. Let him learn through his experience, the hard way. You can learn two ways. Prabhupada says, from hearing from the right source, accepting your being, not knowing anything, and accept from the right source. If you keep blurring and saying your nonsense experience, I don't understand, no. And I don't want to waste my time. So I guess, okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, come again, have prasad. That's it. There are people like this. So you have to be very, very expert in trying to analyze where is this person at, so as not to waste your time and for him to make a parad. Because ultimately he will blast you. He will blast Prabhupada. He will blast the whole movement. And if you're not strong enough, you'll say, oh yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, okay. Tell me more. Okay. Then you're finished. You came here to listen. You came here for me not to listen to you. If you have a better philosophy and understanding how to approach Krishna, I want to hear. But I'm sorry. I'll see you some other time. Be polite. They say, okay, no problem. Eat more prasad. You chant Hare Krishna. Let him become purified.
So as you referred to this in the class, you said this verse, you referred to Ishvara Tadadineshu, Baliseshu Visasucha, Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Apeksha. So that's what you're explaining, that the Apeksha means there's four kinds of people, right? You give a love to Ishvara, and we try to get the association of the advanced devotees. And then for the Bali, the innocent, we give Kripa.
And then mercy.
And then for the envious, you give Upeksha. That means distance. So that's what you're explaining there, is that when you think somebody is innocent, and then it turns out actually he's envious. Give him space.
Snakes are like that. They're quiet, but they will bite you. They're envious. Okay? So we stop here. Thank you very much. I love Dublin. ISKCON Dublin. Not the Spire. Spire is good too. Srila Prabhupada K. Jai Go Sitaram Premanande. Hari Om Tat Sat.
His Holiness Bhakti Anugraha Janardana Swami Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna.
Let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra together as a thanks to Maharaj for wonderful class. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Hari.
Now we'll have next part of the program, which is Aarti.
श्री श्री पंचतत्व भगवान की जय। स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परमात्मा प्रजाचार्य अस्तुत श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड की गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। द्वारका धाम की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। वेद भक्तवृंद की जय। बहुत वंदे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा गुरु and Gauranga Jai Shri Bhagwan.
Ugram Vidam Mahavishnu Bhagantam Sarvatomukham Ugram Vidam Mahavishnu Bhagantam Sarvatomukham Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram Vidyur Namamyaham Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram Vidyur Namamyaham Narsimha Jai Jai Narsimha Narsimha Jai Narsimha Jai Jai Narsimha Radadesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhingam Radadesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhingam Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि शिवनाथ महाराज की जगद्गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर वंदे।
हरि बोल।
So now we'll proceed for Prashad.
Mansare Govinde,
Nama Brahmani Vaishnavi,
Nama Brahmani Vaishnavi,
Kalpapunyam
Sarvapunyam Krishna Prema